Commander has become the most popular Magic the Gathering format. Beloved by many players worldwide, it truly is wonderful. I've been playing Magic for over a decade now, and no format is more fun to me than Commander. This love for the format has recently sparked a small fire inside of me, wanting to find out more about its history. I want to travel back in time and find out who were the first legendary creatures used. I don't have a time machine, but thankfully the internet has loads of information for me to digest. I want to share with you my research. I want to share with you the Elder Dragons. In 1994, the third set of Magic the Gathering cards were printed. This set was called Legends, and with this set, the Elder Dragons arrived. Adam Stanley created the Elder Dragon format. The date is believed to be around in 1994, but back then, he named the format Elder Dragon Highlander, inspired by the Elder Dragons from Legends and the movie Highlander from 1986. I must admit, the name Elder Dragon Highlander is very cool and has an amazing ring to it. Fans would later shorten the name to EDH. Later on, the legendary Sheldon Menery was introduced to EDH and would develop the format even further into the format we play today, called Commander. Thank you Sheldon and Adam so much for creating this amazing format. That's the basic history of Commander. I hope I have given it justice. Now, let's look at the first 5 ever Commanders that were ever played in the format. My friends, I share with you the Elder Dragons. Arcades Sabbath, a legendary Elder Dragon creature that costs 2 blue, 2 white, 2 green and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Arcades Sabbath unless you pay 1 green, 1 white and 1 blue mana. Each untapped creature you control gets +0 and +2 as long as it's not attacking. For 1 white, Arcades Sabbath gets +0, +1 until the end of turn. Chromium, a legendary Elder Dragon creature that costs 2 black, 2 blue, 2 white and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Flying. Rampage 2. Whenever this creature becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until the end of turn for each creature blocking it beyond the first. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Chromium unless you pay 1 white, 1 black and 1 blue mana. Palladia-Mors, a legendary Elder Dragon that costs 2 white, 2 green, 2 red and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Flying. Trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Palladia-Mors unless you pay 1 red, 1 green and 1 white mana. Vervictus Asmadi, a legendary Elder Dragon that costs 2 green, 2 red, 2 black and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Vervictus Asmadi unless you pay 1 black, 1 red and 1 green mana. For 1 black, Vervictus Asmadi gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. For 1 red, Vervictus Asmadi gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. For 1 green, Vervictus Asmadi gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. And finally, Nicol Bolas, a legendary Elder Dragon creature that costs 2 red, 2 black, 2 blue and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 7 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Nicol Bolas unless you pay 1 blue, 1 black and 1 red mana. Whenever Nicol Bolas deals damage to an opponent, that player discards their hand. As you may have noticed, the mechanics and power levels of the Elder Dragons are incredibly obsolete compared to the cards we've got printed today. But the Elder Dragons all possess a certain mythical aura around them. They are special, unique, and created a pathway to a wondrous format beloved by millions worldwide. It doesn't take an obscenely overpowered card to propel players into a game, but instead cards with charm, flavour, and a great history. Without the Elder Dragons, we never would have had Elder Dragon Highlander. Without the Elder Dragons, we would not be playing Commander today. Fly high, Elder Dragons. fly high.